Sam swiftly dropped his suitcase and fled, security chasing like in an emergency with his great skills. Sam effortlessly flipped over the fence like a monkey and sprinted into the woods. Before long, a swarm of police showed up, leaving Sam no choice but to hide in a stinky ditch. After the police left, Sam continued his great escape, arriving home exhausted at night for a true escape marathon. Sam thought, what? Will they arrive soon? He woke his wife and daughter from sweet dreams, ready to leave this crazy party. As he opened the door, henchmen sent by Vaughn crowded outside like rush hour traffic. Sam had to let his wife and daughter vanish. Subtitles. He found himself on a little date with these thugs, and right at the moment he was dancing with one of them. His wife and daughter got special treatment from another gang, one escorting his daughter out. Seeing this incident, Sam flew into a rage and swiftly sent the two thugs away. But as he turned to help his wife, he was warmly welcomed by another henchman who slashed him on the forehead, definitely an uninvited guest. As henchmen prepared to finish off Sam, his wife smiled and lunged at them, but she, as a delicate flower, was no match and ultimately received a fine treatment from a female henchman who, right in front of Sam, decided to slash her throat. Lying on the ground, Sam watched helplessly as his wife died before him, feeling bitter inside. Then those bad apples ran off to grab a can of gasoline to avoid cleaning up. Under Sam's watchful gaze, Vaughn personally used a lighter to ignite it, and the entire area instantly transformed into a blazing inferno. Truly a hell on earth. Fortunately, at this very perilous moment, Sam mustered all his strength and jumped into the water, and before long, a pair of big hands pulled him up. Sam was saved. And who saved him? None other than his mentor, Sampa. When Sam woke up again, 2 weeks had passed, and Sampa had been quietly patching him up without leaving his side. The first thing Sam did was ask about his daughter, but Sampa just shook his head, which was a real bummer. Sam returned to his wife's bar and saw Bondi, who was thrilled as if seeing a ghost, and they hugged tightly. Bondi informed Sam that Vaughn had returned to Bangkok with his crew, and everyone was told to think he had turned the page. Sam didn't say anything after hearing this, and before leaving, Bondi handed him a photo of Maya's daughter, perhaps the only relic of the two. Sam arrived at the seaside, gazing at the land he and his wife dreamed of. The pain inside was beyond words, but he thought, I will catch those bad guys. He knew he must handle these men himself to give his family closure. His resolve stood firm. Sam went to the restaurant where he first met Vaughn for info, but the owner tensed at his name, now a psychological shadow. After Sam pressed her repeatedly, the owner finally spilled an address, and with that, Sam sprang into action. Following the address, Sam stealthily entered a villa, sneaking by all the guards, and finally made it inside, spotting those henchmen who had offed his wife that day. Sam unhesitatingly launched an attack on those penny-pinching scumbags, thinking, it's time to show them what's what. After dealing with a few guards, he donned security clothing and marched into the party in broad daylight. Timed it well, crept upstairs to search rooms, and accidentally ruined a bald man's moment, making him yell angrily as he rushed out. This quickly drew several guards who attacked Sam. He had no time to think and braced himself. However, these two guards were well trained, while another, weak as paper, rushed in after Sam struggled with two. Sam tore his arm off and kicked him into the wall. Russell, Vaughn's assistant, came out at the noise. He saw a security guard, transformed him into a pair of ugly pants and then went back to make him into a pair of ugly pants. Meanwhile, Sam made quick work of him again. He severed his arm and kicked him into the wall, but then Vaughn's assistant Russell walked out and recognized Sam. Russell quickly pulled out a shotgun, but luckily Sam reacted fast, preventing Russell from taking a shot, and they were locked in a back and forth struggle. But Russell was no match for Sam. The shotgun became Sam's weapon instantly. Hearing his daughter was alive, Sam paused and lowered it slowly. In the next second, Sam vanished. Before departing, he stopped two girls and showed his daughter's photo. He asked if they'd seen her, and one girl nervously told Sam she often saw this girl, but she wasn't around now. Hearing this news, Sam was over the moon. Armed, he easily escaped the villa and went back to tell Sampa his daughter was still alive. What a surprise. Then he led Sam into a room, retrieved a package and a short knife from beneath the cupboard. Sam was deeply moved, and the two embraced tightly together. In the blink of an eye, they had arrived in Bangkok, and with the intel in hand, Sam quickly found a bar owned by Vaughn and took control of the place. He intended to get his daughter's whereabouts from him, but a woman's scream alerted security, who were strong and swiftly subdued Sam. Subtitles: Sam, pretending to surrender, simultaneously launched a counterattack, grabbing a cue and striking forcefully. Coming face to face with the old man, he pressed it against his throat, and the old man finally flinched, obediently giving up Vaughn's location. With the old man's intel, they hopped on a boat to Vaughn's hideout while Sampa sharpened his shiny knife like a seasoned warrior heading to battle. At the dock, henchmen swarmed in. The old man put a talisman in his mouth, drew his knife, and sliced them like tofu. Workers gathered around to watch at the docks, and Sam seized the moment, heading upstairs. Spotting many workers, he pulled out the photo to ask if they'd seen his daughter. His actions caught the attention of a girl who, as she passed by, beckoned him to follow her. They walked into a cold storage, where Sam spotted many little girls. However, no sign of his daughter was evident, so he decided to leave. Subtitles: but then, unexpectedly, he spotted a henchman, so he rushed towards him without any hesitation. After taking care of both of them, Sam quickly shouted out his daughter's name. He asked the girl he just saw if she had seen his daughter, and she replied that a few girls were brought here 2 weeks ago, but just yesterday they were all taken away. With Vaughn's specific location finally in hand, Sam urged the girls to leave quickly to avoid being unexpectedly retrieved.